everyone, Traveling Karina here. I just arrived in Vegas and this time I'm staying at the Rio Hotel and Casino. I haven't stayed here in a while because it's not directly on the strip, but I got a good deal, so here I am. Last time I walked through this hotel, it was very quiet, dark, and most things were closed. So it's going to be interesting to see how it is doing now. Stick around for my full review and room tour. Hello travelers, welcome! This visit to Vegas was in July 2023 and I stayed in a 2-queen Masquerade suite. I'll take you for a tour of the room and at the end I'll share my full review, the good and not so good. Here is room 22020. Good morning. I'm about to check out of the Rio this morning. I've been here 5 days and I thought I'd give you my final review and thoughts before I take off. So these are what I consider the good and not so good about this resort. But keep in mind, I do want to preface this whole thing by saying that the Rio is going through a change of ownership right now and they're already talking about doing renovations. So some of the things may not be the same like a year from now, so just keep that in mind when you are booking this place. First good point that I have is the customer service. As soon as we arrived, we were upgraded. The lady asked us if we wanted to change from mountain view to strip view, so of course we took the strip view. As you can see, it's behind me. It's beautiful. So that leads me to the next good, and that is these floor to ceiling windows. It's absolutely incredible. I love this view. You can see this as good or not good. I kind of see it both ways, and that is that it's not a busy resort. I think because it's going through the transition and because it's off the strip, it's not a super busy hotel, but it has gained interest in the past few months. I was here about 3 months ago and I just walked through the resort and it was kind of dead. There were very few people in the casino area. A lot of the things were closed and it just seemed like a ghost town, but it has gotten better. We were here, it was Thursday night last night and it was actually quite busy out on the casino floor. and some of the bars were open. So the good part of it is it's not very busy right now. Some people might see that as good, some people might see that as bad. I think it has both. Oh, a major plus for this room is that it came with a fridge. This is something that many hotel rooms do not come with anymore. It's kind of dying out. You have to pay extra for a fridge. This room automatically came with it, so that's a definite plus. Another positive was the water pressure. No problems taking a shower, great water pressure. And my last good point for this hotel is that it's not on a strip, so that could be a negative for it. But what I find good about that is that you are closer to better prices. So the Walgreens across the street and the Terrible's convenience store that's just down the road, their prices are way better than the prices you're going to find on the strip. Also, the food. So if you went to a restaurant just on the road here, the food prices are going to be cheaper as well. Everything is heightened for price-wise on the strip.
Editing Traveling Karina here, interrupting with one more pro. The Rio is home to a pretty cool attraction. If you are a Kiss fan, you will want to check out the Rock Shop. There's glow-in-the-dark mini putt available, merchandise for purchase, and you can also take a tour of Gene Simmons' personal Kiss collection. The Rio is also home to Count's Tattoo. If you are a Counting Cars fan, this may be of interest to you.
Okay, so now on to the not so good. The bed and pillows were not super comfortable. Probably my least favorite comfort-wise in all of my stays in Vegas. So maybe that'll change, I'm not sure, but keep that in mind. They are they're not terrible. It's just they aren't super plush. One of the drawbacks of this resort is that it is not directly on the strip. You are set back behind Caesar's Palace, so you either have to walk to the strip every day or take a bus. Now there is a bus, so there's the Deuce that runs on the strip every day, and then there's also, we found the 202 that goes from the strip to Rio. So if you were to purchase a bus pass, that would be included. So you can take a bus for a small cost, or you can walk. Now the walk is doable. I have done it many times, but it is not necessarily recommended. You are walking on a very busy street, you are crossing over a highway, and there is a covered walkway that may not be the best option in the evenings, especially if you're alone. And also, we are here in July and it is very hot. You are walking for about 20 minutes in that heat with nowhere to go inside. So definitely make sure you are prepared for that as well. And that's also another reason why it's not necessarily recommended. Okay, like I said, another negative could be that it's not very busy. A lot of the restaurants were closed during the week. We noticed that the Guy Fieri's Mexican restaurant was only open on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. And then the steakhouse was only open on Saturdays and Sundays. And then the popular Voodoo Lounge that used to be on the rooftop, it is no longer open. So I'm hoping that that all changes with the new ownership, and once things, get settled, maybe things will start opening again on a regular basis, but we'll have to wait and see. Another negative is the noise. There is a constant hum of traffic. So there is a major road just below here. Like I said, there is a constant hum. It's kind of like white noise. So I didn't really notice it too much. It was just something that I wanted to make sure that you were aware of. Also, there is a train just out there as well. It goes by a few times a day. Again, it's not an overpowering noise, but it is there. And my last point I'd like to make is that the room and hotel are outdated. I definitely think that's going to be part of the renovations. So I think that's definitely going to be taken care of in the coming months. So maybe a year or two from now, these rooms are going to look completely different. And I really hope that peephole from the bathroom is taken away. That was a little weird. Okay, with all that being said, I really enjoyed our stay here at the Rio. I would definitely stay here again. All right, I hope that helped you in making a decision. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.